Good morning from New Mexico. I'm on my way to Santa Fe after spending the night on Route 66. I know it's an artsy town, and my goal is just to kind of go in, explore, look around a little bit, and then I'm going to be getting back on the road to get to Albuquerque, where I want to do some thrifting today. And it's a gorgeous day for a drive. I explored downtown a little bit and saw a couple of the shops and the architecture, and was happy to find a store called Peruvian Connection. If you see this brand out in the wild when thrifting, always pick it up. I began not feeling very great, and so I had to lay down for a little while and drink some ginger ale because I was pretty nauseated. But when I started feeling better, I got back on the road. Well, here is the Goodwill bins of Albuquerque. They have a store and outlet together. Let's go check it out. Here's a peek of the inside of the outlet. It is a little bit on the smaller side, and I didn't have a lot of time there, about an hour, and honestly the last 30 minutes you were there, they kept making announcements every 5 minutes that they were closing, which was pretty distracting. And at this location they charge $1.49 a pound. So with the outlet side being closed, I went next door to the retail side and happened to find this amazing vintage Pyrex dish. I immediately scooped it up. It was in amazing condition and just beautiful. So I listed it right away while I was in the van and on the road, and it happily sold, I think, 2 days later for my full asking price. I also found this fun travel map sticker collection. I thought it'd be perfect for my new van, and I could mark off where all I've been. So after that, headed on the road and headed west. I want to get to Arizona. My goal is to get over to Sedona on the scenic byway of Red Rocks and Flagstaff tomorrow. So I recorded a lot of the driving sequence actually for my grandmother, who's always wanted to go out west. So I was taking videos and sending them to her so she could kind of be along on the ride with me. When I was traveling, I didn't have in mind that I would be making a little bit of a vlog of my journey. Here's a little overview of the map. You can see I left from Tucumcari up to Santa Fe, down to Albuquerque, and ended up in Gallup, New Mexico, on the border of Arizona. Good morning. Enjoy the sunrise in New Mexico. I'm on my way to Arizona. Here is the Petrified Forest National Park in Arizona. And I was super excited to get here nice and early. No one else in the parking lot except for one other person. And I was like, oh yes, this is great. And then I walk up and start reading the signs. Yeah, you see that one? Yeah. Park closed. Do not enter. And this sign says opens at 8 a.m. I'm like, oh, great. It's 7:30. And I look down. I looked at my phone again, and here we have had a time change yet again. So we're now on Pacific time, and it is 6:30 a.m., not 7:30. So I have other things to do and places to be today, so I'm so sorry, Petrified Forest. I will have to catch you next time. I can't wait 90 minutes to get in. So from there, I journeyed on down through Arizona, through Winslow, through Coconino Forest, where you'll see lots of elk and mule deer if you're lucky. And here we are at the beginning of the Red Rock Scenic Byway, which is the road that leads you right into Sedona. About 15 miles long. It's a little town of Oak Village at the base of the Red Rock Byway, which we are at an elevation of 4,000 feet. Imagine living here and looking out at this every day. I'm sure you never get tired of it. enjoy this little mini tour of Sedona from my perspective. So here's like a little 360. Here is the backside of Bell Rock. Here. The sun's hitting it. It's gorgeous. As I make my way north on the byway, I am heading towards Flagstaff for the night. I have a friend who's allowing me to stay at their Airbnb for the night so I can get out of the van after 6 days and sleep in a regular bed and take a nice long shower. So this is a big bridge I have to cross over as I'm heading out of Sedona and north towards Flagstaff. And this is the biggest canyon and bridge I was not real comfortable with because I'm not a fan of heights, but I made it through. However, I didn't realize until I looked at the GPS what kind of road I was going to be traveling up 89A to get to Flagstaff. Here's a quick review of my journey for the day. Catch up with me on the next part of my journey up north into the national parks.